Hey, everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarterfan podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. What's going on, Barry?
Man, I just flew in from Colorado. It's on fire. It was on fire this weekend. Sports, and more sports, Joe. So exciting this weekend. I love this part of the year. I'm ready for the turkey leg, and I don't even eat turkey. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about Mr. Bob Gibson.
Oh, one of my favorite.
Yeah, man. Now, he was the youngest of 7, and his father died 3 months before he was born. So his older brother mentored him and coached him, and he excelled in track, baseball, and basketball, the latter of which got him a full scholarship to Creighton University. And he averaged 22 points a game there.
Wow.
And that got him the attention. That got the attention of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. As well as the St. Louis Cardinals.
Wow.
So, the Cardinals signed him to a minor league contract. And while he was in the minors, he did a short stint with the Globetrotters. So now after that was over, he and the Cardinals agreed that he would focus solely on baseball. And so they signed him to a minor league contract. And they gave him a $3,000 signing bonus.
It's a lot of money back then.
Oh, yeah, you know that. So now they brought him up to the big leagues in 59. And under Johnny Keane, the manager, he kind of clicked and took off. So in 62, he pitched 22 2/3 scoreless innings and finished the season with 200 strikeouts.
He was a beast.
Oh, you know it. And he pitched 3 complete games in the 64 World Series, and he started Game 7 on 2 days rest. And he racked up 31 strikeouts in those 3 games. Okay. So then he pitched 3 complete games in the 67 World Series, where he racked up 26 strikeouts. So now 68, he set a World Series record with 35 strikeouts, with 17 in Game 1 alone. So he was just mowing them down. Now, in 74, he was the first pitcher in the National League to have more than 3,000 strikeouts. And 75, he had like a dismal 3-10 record, and that's when he decided to retire. And the Cardinals retired his number 45 shortly after that. So his 1.12 ERA is still a record today. And he won 2 Cy Youngs, 2 National League MVPs, and 2 World Series MVPs.
Jeez.
You know, so, and he wrote a book with Reggie.
Oh, really?
Called 60 Feet 6 Inches.
Oh, wow.
So now, unfortunately, he passed away in 2020 at the age of 81. But the man had some career. You know?
Oh, yeah. I got a trivia point if you'd like it. I was watching a documentary about him, and they had all of these hitters who were basically confessing how he terrified them on the mound.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he had people wearing diapers. He was that scary on the mound.
Oh, yeah.
Because they knew he threw heat, and he really didn't want that heat to hit you. And he would back you up he'd move you around at that plate.
Oh, yeah.
And Yeah, they said he's probably one of the most intimidating pitchers that ever played Major League Baseball.
Well, Hank Aaron told Dusty Baker, don't look at him, don't smile at him, don't talk to him. And if he hits you, don't charge the mound because he's a Gold Gloves boxer.
Mm.
So what's going on with the referees?
Listen, Joe, what is going on? I'm a confused, Joe. We got cameras, we got HD, 5K. We can see into the moon, the other side of the universe. And I'm watching these games, and these refs are making terrible calls. I don't care what the sport is. Making terrible calls. They're often out of position, and they all act like they got swollen ankles and can't get in and out of whatever they're supposed to be supervising, line judge, or they can't figure out. It's like they can't figure out. They can't figure out anything. This was the objective of having technology. The objective was you were supposed to be making better calls.
Yeah.
You're making worse. And I'm like, this is really strange to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's bad. I don't care what sport it is. Across the board, reffing has gotten terrible.
Well, the one thing about soccer is if you're a bad referee, it could be detrimental to your health.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. But I'm just like, this is not adding up. I mean, you know, we've lived long enough where we've been able to say, man, if there was some instant replay, you'd see how can you make a bad call when you got it on tape? That's what I can't figure out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand everybody's human, but if you're able to review it on tape, you shouldn't be missing a call. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's the way it's going on today.
It's like no one can make a decision. I said, you go in the booth and look at the tape. The tape don't lie. Either the foot's in or it's out. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's on the tape. You ain't got to make it up. It's on the tape. And it's just, I just kind of see this and I was just like, I don't know. And I don't know if these guys realize, but there very well could be with all this AI stuff. What we need y'all for? What? Really, Joe? Think about it.
Yeah.
If you got the assistance of the technology and you're getting worse, why do I need you? Because we're sitting at home watching the game, getting the instant replay, and can see either it, you know what I'm saying? So why do I need the refs?
Along with the 40,000 people in the stands.
Thank you. That's on the big Jobotron getting the instant replay. And I'm sitting here going, do these guys understand that they're kind of positioning themselves out of a job?
Yeah.
Because you would think the calls would be better. They're getting worse, my friend.
Well, speaking of refs, week 10 in the NFL, these are some games that stood out for me.
Okay.
The Niners and the Bucks. That game.
That was a game.
Oh, yeah. They were going back and forth. The Niners missed 3 field goals in that game. But the one that they made was the one that made the difference.
Well, probably Debo slapping that dude upside the head. Get his act together.
You know? So now the Lions came back from 10 to win on a walk-off field goal to beat the Texans.
And Dan Campbell got them boys playing, man.
He does. They ain't no joke. I'm telling you, man.
I don't know who's gonna beat them. I don't know who can beat them. Because they played a terrible game and interceptions and still won the game.
That's right. Now, the Washington-Pittsburgh game, that was another crazy game between the fumbles and the crazy catches. You know,
wow, that was
defense stepped up and they won that by 1 point.
Well, I tell you this, you have to give Russell Wilson credit. I always tell you, brains always beats brawn, and Russell Wilson, man. I always said That guy could have had two more, at least one more. He should have definitely had 2 Super Bowls. But he could have really probably squeezed out another one if Carroll was a better coach. If he was a better coach, he could have squeezed out. Because I'm telling you, no one runs a better quarterback sneak and puts that ball on their hip than Russell Wilson. Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody. Yeah. And how he got Washington, he did a hard count and got them to jump off sides and the game.
That's right.
And I know that defensive line coach is saying, son, you're not a safety, you're not a corner, you're not even a linebacker. You're a down lineman. The ball is 16 inches away from you. How do you jump?
Yeah.
But it's not brawn, it's brain.
Exactly. As Bill Belichick used to always say, football aptitude.
That's what it is, my friend.
Now, the Chiefs, they blocked a field goal attempt by the Broncos with a second left and to preserve that 16-14 win.
Bruh. I got so many calls. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was insane. That was just insane.
I saw that and I saw that and I said that is probably the worst thing that it could have happened to any of their opponents going into the playoffs. Because that's the game you're supposed to lose. You let these jokes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro. That I don't. Again, how do you beat them?
Yeah. Hey,
how do you beat them?
The best teams find a way to win.
Because who were they playing? The Denver. Denver was playing.
Yeah, they were.
Denver, the defense, they were playing. Sacks. Oh my good. Denver was playing. They had them. But that old. Because I said, man, see, that's a heartbreaker right there.
Yes,
that depending on how Denver handles that mentally, they could sink or swim.
Well,
how that impacts psychologically KC is like we're invincible. Because once your special teams can do stuff like that, plus you got Mahomes and all that stuff, and your defense and do all that stuff.
Yeah. You never know where it's coming from.
That's what I'm saying. You never know where it's coming from. Because if I was in Denver, I'd be sitting up there with my hot chocolate, like, yeah, we got you, partner. We got you. Woo. I'd have been drinking my hot cocoa. So. We let these jokers get in here and block a punt at the 35-yard line?
Yeah, it was crazy.
That Andy Reid, I love him. That Andy Reid, I love him.
Now, Brian Dable, he says now he's going to have to reevaluate the quarterback situation with the Giants.
He ain't got to reevaluate nothing. He ain't going to be there.
So they were shut out in the first half by the worst defense in the league.
He don't have to evaluate anything. He ain't going to be there.
Wow.
A whole lot of people may not be there. Let me tell you, Daniel may not be there. He ain't going to be there. Tell you the truth, depending on who they get, Daniel may be there. He ain't going to be there.
Well,
which is not a very good thing because they've had such a merry-go-round. And like somebody said today, the only person that would make sense for me if they could pull it off is Bill Belichick.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I'll say about the Giants, they're the only thing keeping the Cowboys out of last place. And I'm not even going to get into that.
That's ridiculous when you think about it.
I'm not even going to get into that. But
I didn't know Dak was hurt that bad.
Oh yeah, he's done.
Oh wow,
he's done for the season.
That's what I saw. I'm like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Oh, he tore his hamstring.
Yeah,
I'm
off
like,
the
wow.
bone.
What's he doing? You're a quarterback. What? Anyway.
So, what's going on with Colorado U?
Man, I don't even know. Let me just give you the short version. One, again, listen, the refs, terrible. And this is what always makes me laugh when I see these things. It's like the refs haven't figured out the games are taped and people can see them cheating. Like, you know what I'm saying? The second part is I'm watching this foolishness at Texas Tech. I said nobody told the student body how much money Texas Tech is making from this game with Colorado. Is anybody sharing that information? Do you understand why we're playing them and how much money we're making? How much money they're bringing to our area? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Because y'all, they probably threw out probably $100,000 worth of foolishness on the field, which is unbelievable. But again, here goes the issue with the reffing. Why isn't somebody saying, if you continue to throw out stuff on the field, it will result in a 15, 20-yard penalty to your team?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you stop it. That's as simple as that. That's how you stop it. Because God forbid one of these athletes slip on something, twist the ankle, twist the knee, end a career. You're gonna have a whole lot more problems than you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm like sitting here going like, is no one understand? Like Big 12, you better hurry up and do something about this because somebody's gonna get seriously hurt, and you're gonna be facing a huge lawsuit because it's all on tape, right? And it's just I just look at CU right now. They are really trending. The defense is the seed sown and the work, and you know what I mean. If those boys just need to continue to keep their heads down and get nastier, and get hungrier, and get nastier, and their fate is in their hands. And Coach Prime is just showing up everybody. And as I said, a lot of people said da da da. I said, listen, if you want to see the old college football, you're going to have to go to YouTube and pull those games up, because right now it's over. The NIL, the money, the revenue share, the collectives, and who sits in the middle of that? Coach Prime.
That's right.
And he's changing the whole culture. Even how he does his press conference, you don't ever see him berating the other team coaching. I mean, if you really look at the way Coach is, and you start to look at all these other programs, they're literally copying what they're doing at CU. From the book bags to the music. I saw one coach, big time coach, had his players, they put on some rap song. He's serenading his wife. The players are singing the song. I'm like, this ain't never happened until Coach Prime. Yeah. Give me my music. So I'm like, this dude is changing the whole. It's over. It's over. It's over. And it's exciting to see. It's exciting to see that these kids are getting their dues. Exciting to see how many people, no matter what color they are getting tremendous opportunities to leverage their talents and skills and get compensated. Uncle Neely said something that was very interesting. Someone asked him, Uncle Neely, man, you've become really famous. You've been cool with Coach Prime. I'm sure the major networks have asked you, try to entice you over to their platform. Why haven't you gone? And he looked at him and said, why would I go leave Coach Prime and my network and what we've done here to go work for someone else when I'm a boss over here? I literally own my platform. I own everything.
Yeah.
I'm making my own money, my own decisions, my own thing. And so, bro, let me tell you, this thing we messing with right here, this tool, this platform, Joe, these platforms, you know what you're doing. It can become an awesome thing, an asset.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? You know. But back to you, my friend. MLB.
Yeah, I got a little bit of Major League Baseball news. So, with the cooperation of his daughters, the Cincinnati Reds arranged for a 14-hour visitation for fans to pay respect to Pete Rose as they honored his jersey, at Great American Ballpark. So
they're gonna have him in a coffin?
No. They honored his jersey.
Oh,
they honored his
okay.
jersey. And the daughters interacted with the fans, sharing stories about their
that's
father.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a nice thing that they did, tribute to Pete Rose.
They need to put his butt in the Hall of Fame. Stop
Well, we'll see if that happens.
They better do it.
So, yeah.
Because people are like gambling, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't really care. And the reason why I don't really care, because the reality is what he did on the field was what he did on the field.
And he left everything on the field.
You can't take that away from him.
Nope.
And people make mistakes, but I keep going back to this issue. Well, if you were paying him what he was really worth, those players, is he gambling? Would he need to gamble? Because I'm telling you, the amount of money those owners were making in the 60s and 70s when TV hit, Joe, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they were just raking it in because they were paying the players nothing, and they were just raking it in. They were raking it in.
Nothing.
And until Curt Flood came along, they couldn't even go anywhere.
Thank you. And the video clip that gets me is one of my favorite. The interviewing Steinbrenner when he's going after Reggie, right? 70s, right? Right. And his whole bully who and da-da-da, because nobody was making money like Reggie. And I think George nonchalantly was like, yeah, so what? I'm paying him $15 million.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you're paying him $15 million? $15 million? George is like cool as a kid. Yeah. Because George already had calculated, I'm going to 10x, 1,000x what I'm paying Reggie Jackson. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But if you don't know the game, you're going to get played.
Well, speaking of the Yankees, they picked up, as everybody knows, they picked up Aaron Boone's option for for the next season. So he'll be returning for his 8th season.
Okay.
Now, Brian Cashman says, that the Yanks are lucky to have him as a manager. That's debatable.
Oh, shut up.
That's debatable.
Shut up.
Because the last manager who held his players accountable was Joe Girardi, and he got fired for it. So that's all I have to say about that.
Let me be quiet.
So now there's a new player in the mix, a Japanese right-hand pitcher named Roki Sasaki.
Okay.
Now he's going to be posted, which means that he'll be available to all 30 teams as a free agent. But because of his age, he's an international amateur free agent, which means that teams can only sign him to a minor league deal. So he's not going to rake in the money like Ohtani and Yamamoto did.
What kind of slavery is that?
That's the nature of the business. And so my question is, are the Yankees going to pursue him, or are they going to sleep on it? So
what's he doing?
We'll have to.
He pitches?
Yeah, he's a right-handed pitcher, and he's supposed to be really, really good.
Well,
we'll just have to see if they're going to put all their eggs in the Juan Soto basket, or are they going to pursue other things at the same time? So,
well, based on what you said, it sounds like they can do both. But I ain't got to pay him a lot of money.
But the question is, will they? So
your boy Cashman.
So that's it. That's it. So what's going on with Fan Talk?
With who?
Fan Talk.
Oh Lord. All I can say is I just want to just I'm trying to be not politically, but I just Joe, let's just say this. I just hope fans can get more intelligent and stop allowing people to dumb them down. Let me just put it that way. I see a lot of I mean, that stuff that I saw in Texas Tech and the CU Buffs, and
is that the good, the bad, and the ugly you were talking about?
Yeah, it really is the good and the bad and the ugly. And and I really kind of say this against all sports, because I hear people talk. I see some crazy stuff at basketball games and people calling players and talking about their family, and it's just way over the line. And I think there's a place for fan talk, but I think there's also a place where you can go too far. You know what I mean?
Oh no! Oh, definitely.
And that's really what I meant by the good and the bad, because it's good to talk there's good trash talking. You know what I mean? There is good trash talking, and if you get me and I get, or you get, or vice versa, it's all good. Hey, you put 40 on my head tonight. What can I say? You were unbelievable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't have to cross the line and talk about your mother and give you the FU sign and all that stuff. That ain't part of the game. That ain't part of the game.
No, but unfortunately, it's part of society.
Yeah, and it really ruins the sport, the love of the game. It really does.
Yeah,
it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It really does. Kyrie put up 41 the other night. They barely lost to the Nuggets. Kyrie's walking off the floor. Some fan calls out and says, "Hey, Kyrie, can I give you your jersey?" He just lost. Takes off his jersey, gives it to the fan.
Hey,
class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he don't know whether or not the guy was even rooting for him or not. Right? But a fan, and you see what I'm saying? That's the beauty of the game. And I think when people cross the line, they ruin the beauty of the game. And not that you can't have fun and talk trash, but there's a way to do it.
We'll have to stop right there.
All right, my friend. I guess until next week, more tricks and treats we will have for you on Smarterfan Podcast. What you got going? Let me turn it over to you.
Oh, man. Smarterfan family. We'll be back next week with more goodies and more sports talk. And have a good evening.
Have a good night. And we're headed into Thanksgiving season.
That's right.
See you next week.
All right.
And stay in the game.
Yep. Smarterfan.